Coming at you from my vape room in Winter Garden, I'm Marino the Vape God. Today we're going to chit chat a little bit about the Freemax Fireluke Mesh. The latest and greatest from them. They had the big old Fireluke, you know, with the fish bowl, and then they had the Pro, which is the same thing but skinny, and now they're coming out with something that accommodates smaller mods just a little bit, alright? So, this guy runs off of stainless steel, 0.15 ohm mesh coils, alright? Instead of having your traditional like wrapped spiraled coil in the middle, it's actually a whole thing of mesh. Which I'm pretty excited about. After the Vandy Vape Mesh RDA came out, I saw that there was going to be quite a future with mesh, and these guys are capitalizing on it very, very quickly. It operates best between 30 and 90 watts. Not gonna lie, 30 watts, crap. It really starts kicking it at about 45, and then all the way up to 90, it absolutely kicks butt. This thing has a really awesome time staying wicked, even when there's just a tiny bit of juice in there. It has pretty sizable, it's really hard to tell, but it has pretty sizable juice flow going on in there. You'll rarely ever get a dry hit. If you just happen to forget to fill your tank and you do rip on this thing with absolutely no juice in it, the cotton doesn't even burn. Like, I've gotten 2 hits that I was just like, you know, I thought it was ruined, toasted. Nope, we're on day 8 of this coil, and only now is it starting to show signs of just gunking up a little bit. Like, it's not even unusable yet. I'm expecting at least 4 more days before I gotta switch it out, which is ridiculous. So one of the coolest features about this is that it's finally put like usable, practical temperature control in the hands of the user. Like in the past, temperature control has always been something that you have to pay a premium for. Like you have to buy separate coils for it, or you have to build your own temperature control coils. And all of our mods have been able to do it this whole time, but literally nobody's ever used it. So this guy, since the coils can run on power mode or temp control, you can kind of just pick whatever one you like. After fiddling with it, I really, really like the temp mode on this. It gives you a much longer, smoother hit as opposed to, you know, the quick ramp up that power will give you. And it still has a fast ramp up time, but you know, power mode, you hit on it too long, it's going to end up just getting too hot. Well, this guy is going to exactly 445 degrees, and that's where I want it to be. Done. And it rips. Check it out. That ain't so bad for a little dude like this. Not bad at all. The airflow on this thing is pretty middle of the run. You know, it's not like absolutely huge and vacuous, and it's definitely not mouth to lung. It is 100% a lung hit. The hit is rather airy. As a result, the flavor is not the deepest, the most full that it really could be, but you know, for a pre-built tank, that really ain't so freaking bad. I find it works really, really fantastic if you can get a light menthol in there. It seems to fill it out super duper nice. Otherwise, like, I haven't found a flavor through here that's like dissatisfying. Like, I really do enjoy it. I can notice the difference between, like, you know, my usual rebuildables in this, but like, come on, it's pre-built. This is the first pre-built tank I've owned in 2 years since the Nautilus 2. All right, this guy's blowing my mind. This is just fine. The primary downside to this guy, as much as I love it, is you'll probably have to fill this thing 5 times a day because it only holds like 3 mils of juice. I mean, look at it. It's pretty small. It is not enormous. Fortunately, it's very easy to fill up. It's just a top fill sort of thing, you know, nothing. They did not go crazy on that end. I'll tell you what, it works. That's all. They come in 2 different like pattern designs. This guy is a grid design, which you can barely tell, but it actually has like a meshy texture on the outside. Very, very cool. They also have a resin looks, and you know, all blends of like pink and blue and all that stuff. It looks good on drags, all that jazz. My only gripes with this gridded design is if you get juice on this thing, it is really, really hard to clean out. You start wiping it with paper towel, and then it acts like sandpaper all over the paper towel, and then poof, it's just everywhere. Pain in the butt, looks fly. I had to find something to match this Mamba mod. Look at that, the eyes light up. Dope, we'll talk about that another day. Now, the other big thing I've noticed with this is, you know, I was saying it has a really easy time wicking. If it sits, it spits. All right, so if you leave this thing to sit for a little while, it wicks too well. I haven't noticed it having a problem with like leaking out while sitting idle, but the first 5 or so hits you're gonna take with this thing, you're gonna get a lot of juice in your mouth, let's be real. So you might wanna give it a few like kind of motions before you like use it after leaving it on the nightstand overnight. But otherwise, guys, Freemax Fireluke Mesh, They know what's up. This is cool. Mesh coils are about to take over the world, and these guys are the first ones to start the parade. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.